All right, today we're going to jump right in and tackle a real GCSE math question that, let's be honest, looks way more intimidating than it actually is. By the end of this, you'll see exactly how to break it down and solve it with confidence. Let's get to it.
Okay, so first things first. See this? It's from a non-calculator paper. And that right there is a massive clue. It means the numbers are designed to work out nicely. You don't need to do any crazy calculations, you just need to know the right rules.
And here's the beast itself. At first glance, you see a fractional power and a negative power all mixed into one big sum. It's definitely designed to make you stop in your tracks. But don't worry, we've got a super simple strategy to dismantle this thing.
So how do we handle it? Simple. We're going to use a strategy I like to call divide and conquer. We are not going to try and solve this monster all at once. Nope, we're going to split it into two much smaller, much friendlier problems. We'll solve each one on its own and then just put the answers together at the end.
All right, let's get into it. Part 1. We're going to completely ignore the second half for now and just zero in on this first piece, 27 to the power of 2/3. This involves something called a fractional index, and there's a really straightforward rule for it.
Now, the rule for this is actually way simpler than it looks. Just remember this. The bottom number of the fraction, the denominator, that's the root. The top number, the numerator, is the power. That's it. Bottom is the root, top is the power.
So let's put that into action. The bottom number, the denominator, is 3. That means we need the cube root of 27. So what number times itself 3 times gives you 27? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 again is 27. Boom, it's 3. Awesome. Now we look at the top number, the numerator. It's a 2. So what do? We just take that answer we just got, the 3, and we raise it to the power of 2. So 3 squared, well, that's just 9. And just like that, the first part is totally done.
So can you believe it? That whole first chunk, 27 to the power of 2/3, it just boils down to the number 9. We're going to put that on the shelf for a second and come back to it.
Okay, 1 down, 1 to go. Let's look at the second piece of the puzzle, 1/2 to the power of -3. The big scary thing here is obviously that little negative sign up in the power.
And you know what? This is another one of those things that looks complicated but is secretly super simple. A negative power is basically just an instruction. It's telling you to flip the base number, find its reciprocal. The moment you flip it, that negative sign just disappears and the power becomes positive.
So let's do it. Our base is 1/2. We flip it upside down. What do we get? 2/1. And, well, 2/1 is just 2, right? Step 1, done.
And because we did that flip, our power isn't -3 anymore. It's now a nice, friendly, positive 3. So our calculation is just 2 to the power of 3. That's 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8.
And there you go. Part 2 is conquered. That whole messy-looking 1/2 to the power of -3, it's just 8. See? We've tamed both parts of the problem.
All right, we've done all the hard work. Seriously, now comes the easy part, bringing it all back together.
So remember our divide and conquer plan? The first piece became a 9. The second piece became an 8. Now we just have to put them back together.
And if we look back at the very original question, what was between them? A plus sign. So we do exactly what it says, 9 plus 8. Which gives us 17. That's it. That's the final answer. We took that scary-looking problem and just broke it down into simple arithmetic. But, okay, getting the right answer is one thing. How do you make sure you get every single mark available in an exam? Let's take a peek at the official mark scheme and see how our method stacks up. Okay, now this is really important, so listen up. This is how the marks actually get handed out. You get your first method mark, that's an M1, just for getting one of the parts right. So if you got the 9 or you got the 8, you're already getting marks. See, you don't have to solve the whole thing perfectly to get started. Then you get a second method mark for showing that you knew to add them together. And finally, the A1, the answer mark, is for getting that 17. Our divide and conquer approach, it literally walks you through this mark scheme, making sure you scoop up every single point along the way. So there you have it, proof that some of the most intimidating problems in math are really just a couple of simple ideas stacked together. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What other math rules out there look super tricky, but are actually pretty simple once you know the secret to breaking them down?